Good morning, guys. Good morning, all of you.
Good morning.
Yeah. Is there any new one in today's class? Fine. So you have all attended or seen my earlier classes, demo class, EC2 theory and account creation class. After that, we have discussed how to launch an Windows instance.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. So you are all getting recorded videos and that documents, right? PDF documents.
Yes, sir.
So in case if you did not get, inform me in the next class. Usually you will get 99%. In case if you miss it, just let me know. Or you can post in the WhatsApp group. You have
Okay,
been all added.
sir.
Fine. So in today's class, we will see how to launch a Linux instance. So there are few points you need to take care of, or there are few differences while launching Linux. So in today's class, you only say me what are those differences while launching. So let's start with the practical. I think some of you are facing trouble creating account. It's a common problem, you know. Usually in every batch, for some students, the issue will be with a card. No matter which card you are using, you will be facing trouble. So whether if the card you're using, let's say, even though first of all they don't accept RuPay cards, okay, you can use any Master or Visa cards. First thing. Secondly, if your card has been issued newly, maybe just select 10 days back or 20 days back, that much new card, maybe there might be some issue. Once it becomes old, at least 1 month used card, then those cards you won't have, will be facing any trouble with. Other than that, some people, even though you're given everything, I mean payment details, everything is done, there will be still some issue with activation of the account. For that, I already suggested write to that email, that support team. They will look into it and they will activate your account within 1 or 2 days. But definitely it's not a problem. It will get sorted out in 1 or 2 days. It's a common thing, so no need to get worried about. Let me see. So you all practice as a root user as of now. Later we'll discuss what is that I.
Revan Pramod here.
Yes, Pramod.
Revan, in EC2 instance,
Mm-hmm.
I have facing problem to accessing remote desktop.
Mm-hmm. Fine. So we'll
What
discuss.
can I do?
Okay. We'll discuss that in a.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So once after practicing, if you want, you can delete these old key pairs, old security groups. So later, I said right. Later on in coming classes, I will show you how to use existing key pairs and how to use existing security groups. But for first, initially, let's go with the new ones. Everything will create new one. Once you have done practicing, you can delete your old key pairs. Why? Because we don't use them. Similarly, security groups. You can go to dashboard. You can see so currently. Just refresh everything. Security groups also. You cannot delete a default security group. Okay. Apart from default security group, remaining things you can delete. So this is not a default. So this is also okay. Your account looks right. Whenever you created it, everything 000. Only security group is 1. That you cannot delete because it's a default security group. So now let's start with launching Linux instance. Launch instances. Videos. Fine. So you see again, we have discussed the flavors of Linux like that. In flavors of Linux is Amazon, Ubuntu, Red Hat, SUSE, Ubuntu, again, Red Hat, Debian. all this. So what we thought, we need to make sure whatever AMI you're choosing, whatever the resource you're choosing, it should be have
Free.
free tier eligible.
Free.
So it's okay. So we are good to go with the first one. AMI. AMI means nothing but OS, Amazon Machine Image. So in today also let me draw the diagram, and you will only say me which points are different compared to yesterday's class. Right. So the step one is we need to choose our AMI. So we have chosen Linux. Linux. So what is instance type? Instance type means a combination of
CPU and RAM.
CPU and RAM. And what we thought, moving further, if you have to fall under free tier, if you should not get, which instance type you should practice with? Only T2.micro. Again, I said these options we'll discuss later when we discuss EBS and VPC concepts. So let's choose T2.micro. So the second step is instance. Instance type T2.micro. The third step. So in yesterday, how many instances we have launched Windows while practicing Windows?
One.
One. So what we will do today, we'll launch two. Just giving number, I said, right? Just giving number. So in today's, we'll launch two. And the other remaining options, I said, these are related to different service. This is related to VPC. This is related to IAM. And the last, there are some more options, user data, these things. In coming classes, we are going to discuss the other options one by one, slowly. So for now, in the step 3, just focus on only number of instances. Slowly, one by one, you will be able to understand these, each and every option. Guys, don't think launching itself is taking 1 hour I'm explaining. Since these are the first 2, 3 classes, I am taking some time and explaining each and every option clearly. Moving further, launch every day. Cloud engineer, it's a basic thing for you. Being a cloud engineer, you have to launch an instance. That's a basic thing. Don't think you will be spending 1 hour launching only instance. It's hardly a matter of 2 to 3 minutes that you will get with experience while practicing. Since this is your first classes, I am saying you, explaining you 1 hour. But moving further, it's a matter of 2 to 3 minutes that you can only observe moving further. Right. So the third step we are choosing number of instances. Yes. There. Yeah. So what is this? Storage means what we call in the language of AWS? Hard disk. We call it as
EBS.
EBS volumes. Fine. And what is the difference you have observed when it comes to yesterday's class and today's class?
Size in Windows we are getting like default size of 30 GB, but in Linux we are getting.
And what did I say? Yeah, that is fine. So yesterday there is 30. So today it is 8. And what did I say? Whenever you enter any step, if you see any number, what does that mean?
That means default and free. Till that size it is free.
No. That is what I said yesterday. When I say whatever you see some value that is recommended by, that is the minimum value recommended by AWS. You cannot go less than that. That is what I said yesterday. Yesterday also I said the same thing. Yesterday 30 GB. I said I cannot go less than 30 GB because this is the minimum value you should use for launching a Windows instance which is recommended by AWS. At the same time I said I cannot go beyond 30 GB The reason is because the free tier is 30 GB. Similarly, here also today, what is the minimum value recommended by AWS for launching a Linux machine? Your C drive should have a minimum of 8 GB.
8 GB.
So that means I cannot go below 8. That is the first thing. And at the same time, I cannot go more than 30 GB. Why? Because our free tier limit is 30 GB.
30 GB.
So now listen my question and answer carefully. So in today's class, how much GB are we using?
16.
16.
16.
Right. Good. Why 16? Others. Understood?
2 instances.
There are 2 instances.
Right. In step 3, what we have chosen? Number of instance? 2. So each instance will have 8 GB C drive. So 2 instances means you will have 16 GB.
16 GB.
So are you falling under free tier or not? Still. Which means you're still falling under free tier. This is less than 30 only, right? So you don't need to worry. If you want, you can make this 10 also, 12 also, maximum 15 also. But more than 15 you can't go. Because if you keep 16, it will become 32. Again, you will get bill for remaining 2 GB. So let's go with the default value. Moving further, I will explain these other options, how to launch D drive, E drive, F drive, all these things. And what did I say? In Linux, what we call as C drive as
Root.
root drive. So here no issues. In Linux, AWS follows Linux naming convention. That is the reason why whether you launch Linux or Windows, that doesn't matter. C drive is always denoted as root only while launching. But once you launch the mission, everything will be same as the native OS. Fine. So here we have chosen your EPS. The root volume as 8 GB. And what is step 5? It's nothing but tag means nothing but name. So here we are every day we are discussing or practicing only 1 or 2 instances. Tomorrow once you join in the companies, there will be so many instances, right? Every day you launch 2 instances, some other time. At the end of the month, if you see, almost 100 instances are running. So when you're working with 100 instances, whenever you see any instance immediately, or whenever your manager asks you to log into one particular mission, you need to have a proper naming convention. That means whenever you see any mission, immediately you need to identify, okay, this mission belongs to Tomcat web server, this mission belongs to database, this mission belongs to testing, this mission belongs to development, this mission belongs to production, like this. So how can you identify immediately while saying? By giving a proper naming convention. So what is the name we can give here? Proper naming convention means since we are launching a Linux mission, let's give Linux instance. Linux instance. So the tag we have given as Linux.
Both the instances give the same name.
Yeah. I will show you that after launching how to change the name. I will show you. Fine. Fine. You see, what did I say? You can use yesterday's security group also if you want by making changes by using this option. But for now, since we are in the starting classes, let's create a new security group and use it. Moving further, I will show you how to use an existing security group. Don't think every time whenever you create an instance, every time you need to create a security group and keep a guess. That is not at all in real time we do. If whatever the instance you're launching, if it requires a security group, the same security group ports to be opened, which you have already created, absolutely you can use that. That means you can attach one security group to any number of instances while launching or after launching also. Got it? So in today's class, let's create a new security group. So give name it as something Linux security group. There is no proper naming convention. Again, I said whatever, however you can identify, because again in real-time companies you don't deal only with one security group. Maybe you have 10 or 20. So immediately whenever you see security group, you should be able to identify. For that, you need to give it a proper name. Fine. Okay. You have created a new security group. And what is the difference you have observed, guys? Yesterday's class and today's?
Port number, sir.
Port number and also the port
SSH.
name. So what is the yesterday's port?
RDP port.
RDP. So when we use RDP and when we use SSH?
In Linux, we used SSH, and in Windows system, we
Windows?
use RDP.
RDP.
So if your destination mission is an Windows mission, you need to open 3389 port. If your destination means the mission which you are about to connect. If that mission is a Linux, you need to open 22 port. Simple logic. What did I say? How many ports are there? 65,535. Each port is specified for particular OS or particular software. So moving further, we will see how to hit a website. We will only create our website and we only hit our website. So how the traffic goes through HTTP or HTTPS. So what is the port of HTTP? 80. HTTPS 443. Like that, each function, like each port, each mode of traffic or every different OS has its own port. So depending upon those things, depending upon the software you have installed, depending upon the OS of your system, you need to take the decision of which port you need to open. I already told in yesterday's class, your manager won't say you which port to open. That is your technicality. That is your job. He will just say, Raven, to launch a Linux instance or launch a Windows instance. It is up to you to decide which port you have to open. So let's go with 22. So again, as I said, these options, what is this 00? What is this TCP? Later, we will discuss. And this also, what is this source? This also, we will discuss later. Review and launch. So what is security group? So we have open port SSH. What is SSH, guys? Abbreviation? Secure shell.
Secure socket.
Secure shell, I guess. Nah, the last step is nothing, just a review step. Whether everything is correct or not. Whatever you have chosen from step 1 to step 6, everything is correct or not. Okay, everything is fine. And then launch. So the seventh step is review. What is the last step? You know, what is the last 8th step is?
Key phase.
Keypair.
And what did we discuss in yesterday's class? The key pair will be always in the format of
.pem.
P-
PEM format. Yeah, right. Always in the PEM format. PEM means privacy enhanced mail. Right. So choose an existing key pair. I said right. Moving further, if I not this class, in coming classes I will show you how to use existing key pair. Currently, you see, choose an existing key pair means if I select in the drop and I can't find anything. Any idea why I'm not finding? Why I did not find yesterday's key pair? What did I do at the starting of the class? I have deleted all my old key pairs. That's why it is not available here. But if it is available here, I mean, if I did not delete there, it will be available here. And at the same time, you need to make sure that key pair is available in your local mission also. If you selected here, let's say you have selected here Windows key, yesterday's key, and in your system you have deleted, then can you use it? Can you log into your mission? See?
No, sir.
I deleted my yesterday's key pair. But if you did not delete in AWS and by mistake if you select that key pair, you cannot log into mission because that is not there physically present in your mission. That's why I told in yesterday's class, always be careful with key pair. Keep it in some safe place because if you lose it, that's it. You can't get it back. So what we'll do in today's class, let's create a new key pair. Moving further, I will show you how to use existing key pairs. Fine. You can give any name, guys. There is no restriction for giving names for a key pair. Anything you can. Let's say Linux. Okay. Okay. Next. What we have to do? Can you launch directly? Still option is not coming. You have to
Download.
download. See, whether it's a Windows or Linux, that doesn't matter. The keypair will be always in the format of 10. And now we are good to launch the instances. Launch instances. For each, whenever you launch any instance, each instance will have its unique instance ID. These are unique, guys, like how we have other numbers. Will other numbers conflict? Anyone out of these many crores of people? There won't be any conflict of other numbers. Same is the case here. Whenever you launch any instance, each instance will get an instance ID. AWS only will give it automatically. You don't need to worry about that. So let's go and view instances. Mhm. So both Linux instance. So if you want, you can change. If you want, you are getting confused, simply go here, click this option. You see this rectangle edit option type. Linux instance. Let's make it one. If you want, you can make another one to Linux instance. Two. So what did I achieve, guys? First of all, what did I achieve by launching two machines at a time? First thing is you saved your time. You saved your time. Why? What happened in real time scenarios? Let's say two developers came to ask you. You're a cloud engineer. Two developers came and asked you, Raymond, I want a test Linux instance. I just want to test my code. I want to write a code and I want to test it. For that, I want a small instance. So T2.micro will be enough. You will decide. And then you don't launch one by one. It's a time taking. So what you will do simply in a step three, you will say number of instances two. And once the instance has been launched, you will name it as one and another one as two. So you will share with the developers. You say to the developers the IP. You take this IP which is having 13 to 33 Linux instance. So you take this, you can practice on this. Similarly, for another developer, you will give Linux instance one like that. So you no need to launch one by one. Let's say some five developers came and ask you five missions. You don't launch five times. Just in the step three, you choose five. Number five, automatically five instances will be launched. This is how you can make use of that step three option where you can use number of instances. Next.
Can we give the different configuration while launching these instances?
Yeah, that we'll discuss later regarding configuration.
Mm.
Right. And second thing, what is the configuration of we have chosen while launching mission C drive? Root drive is 8 GB, and then RAM and CPU is one each, one and one. So what do you think, guys? Is each mission having the same configuration, or this configure has been divided, shared among the two instances? What do you think?
Each is
Same.
You got my question right? Is each mission having 8 GB or each mission is having 4 GB? Is my question.
8 GB.
Each having 8 GB.
Each having a
Right. Each mission is having the same configuration. So usually some students think since we have launched two missions, they think 8 GB is shared among the two instances. No, guys. Each mission is having same configuration. So usually some students think since we have launched two missions, they think 8 GB is shared among the two instances. No, guys. Each mission is having same configuration. This is having 8 GB root drive. This is also having 8 GB root drive. Okay. So don't get confused. So the next thing, once you have launched instances, what is the next thing you need to focus on? We need to
Take the password.
connect to it, right? We need to connect it. So let me draw the diagram, what we have done yesterday and what we are doing today, so that you will feel the difference. What we done yesterday and what we did doing today. Guys, please be on mute, okay? Once you ask your doubt or answer my question, please go on mute. I can still hear some background noises. Yesterday we have connected to Windows PC. So what we have entered IP or DNS, username, and then password. But will AWS will give you password? What AWS will give? It will give only PEM file. So what we have done yesterday in yesterday's class, we have converted PEM to.
Get password.
How did we connect? Did we connect? Did we install any software or AWS only give any option?
AWS.
AWS only gave option. Second thing, where did you enter all these details? IP, DNS, username, password?
RDC.
In a software called remote desktop connection. This also, did you install or it comes by default in a Windows OS?
By default.
Inbuilt.
Comes by default in the Windows OS. So literally in yesterday's class, we did not download any software. Fine. And with this, with the help of this, we are able to connect to our Windows instance with the help of internet. And we have opened which port? 3389. So now let's see what we are going to do in today's class. So today also same thing. The only thing is your destination mission is Linux. Your source mission is same. My laptop, physical laptop. So today also you want to connect through internet. What is the basic thing every mission will have? IP or DNS, username, something like password. So the passwords can be different format. So let's see what we have in today's class. So what we have to enter in your mission, in your laptop, IP or DNS, username. Instead of password, today we will use something else. Any idea what we use? Yesterday we have used password. If you want to connect a Windows machine, you need to use password. If you want to connect to a Linux machine, you need to use PPK. But what is the format of password given to you by AWS? The format of password is always
PEM.
PEM. So what we need to do, we need to convert our PEM to PPK. So how will you convert a PEM to PPK in today's class? Now comes the question. Is there any software already installed in your system or do we need to download any software? What do you think?
So Putty.
Yes. Not Putty. It's Puttigen.
Putty.
Puttigen. Gen, the name itself says sometimes usually people get confused between Putty and Puttigen. I will give you a small blind rule so that you won't get confused moving further. Fine. So for now, remember Puttigen. Gen means generating. What you are generating? A file. You're just converting a PEM file to PPK format. The file is same as the content inside the file is same. The only thing is, let's say I have sent you a Word document. Word document means a dot docx. It ends with dot doc. I will ask you to convert the same file into PDF document. So it will look as dot PDF. So what you have done, the content is same inside. The only thing is you have changed the format of the file. Same is the case here. Your file is same. Password file is always PEM. The only thing you will do is change the format with the help of software. So yesterday AWS changed for you PEM to password. Today we are going to download and install a software called Puttigen. So what Puttigen will do? It will convert PEM to PPK. So what is PPK? PPK means Putty or Putty, anything equal Putty private key. Okay. PPK means Putty private key. PP. Fine. Second thing, where you have entered all these details in yesterday's class? In a software called RDC, remote desktop connection. So what do you think? Where you need to enter these details today to connect to a Linux machine?
Putty.
Right. Now is on. So in today's class we will use another software called Putty. So again, this also we need to download and install. So in today's class, literally we need to download and install two softwares. One is Putty, another one is Puttigen. So where can you download install? Go to Google and search T and Puttigen download for Windows. See? You search this Putty and Puttigen free download for Windows. Blindly go with the first option, guys. This one. The first website, gr.greenend.org.uk. Blindly go with. If you want, I will send you in the chat box the link. Yeah, this one. From here you can download. What is the extension of softwares? If you want to install any software, what is the extension of software in a Windows? Dot
.exe.
dot exe. So whatever you're practicing, your laptop or desktop, whatever it is, if it's a 32-bit, go with download the 32-bit software. If I think most of us these days we're using 64, but in case if you're using 32-bit, you can download 32-bit software. If it's a 64-bit, your system, you download the 64. So this is the first one you see, Putty. This is first software. What is the another software we thought of downloading? Putty Gen. This is the first and last. So download this one, Putty. Just click on it. It's a very small software, very KB's file. And then this is Putty. Gen. Fine. I have already downloaded and installed in my system. There is nothing to install. Just click on it. It will download. It's very small file. Nothing. You don't need to install also. Once you click it, it will only start. That much small file. It is very KB. So you can see on my taskbar here below. Putty and Puttija. So you will only say me the answer, guys, just by seeing the logos. You see? These are the logos. Once you install, same logos will come for you also. So now say me, what is this one? Is this Putty or Puttija? The arrow mark which I have given, this one. Putty or Puttija?
Puttigen.
How can you say? Just by seeing the logo.
Yeah, key logo.
Right, right. What did I say? The name itself says Putty Gen. Gen means generating. What you are generating from PEM to PPK. It's a key file, right? So you can see that key symbol on the logo. Can you see the key symbol or not in the logo?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So just by seeing the logo only, you can identify which software it is. So automatically, if one is Puttigen, the other should become a Putty. So what is the symbol connecting to machines? So you're connecting from Windows machine to Linux machine. That's why there are two computer symbols in the logo. So Putty is used to establish connection between two machines. That's why they have two machines in the logo. Puttigen is for generating the key file from one format to another, from PEM to PPK. That's why they have key symbol in the logo. Fine, good. So first of all, where can you see the options? Let's say you want to connect to Linux one machine. So what you need to go to? Actions, connect. So go to SSH client. Here, you see. After clicking that actions connect, go to SSH, guys, because we have opened the 22 port SSH. We are connecting through SSH, this port. So what are the things we need to have to connect? IP or DNS. Second one is username. Third one is PPK.
PPK.
So can you find any of these details on the screen? Observe carefully. In this. Of course, you don't know. Since it is a Linux, so I will explain you the Linux format. You see, this is what is this? This is username. What is this? This is IP or DNS. Okay. So for now, remember IP and DNS are same. Moving further in coming classes, I will explain you the clear difference between IP and DNS. Okay. Fine. So we are having two things. Where is PPK? Did we convert still? Have you converted PEM to PPK? No. So how can you convert it? We need to open which software? Putty. So first let's convert and then we'll have all the three values. Already we are having two values. The only value we are not having is PPK file. So let's generate it. So you see I said right, once you install guys, the same thing. Once you open Puttigen, it's a very small software. Straight away it will show you this run and cancel. Nothing, you don't need to install also literally. Just click on it, it will only start. Run. So here the first option you need to use load. You're not generating as already key is there, you're just converting it. So the first option you need to do is load. Load means uploading. So what you have to upload? Which file?
PEM.
Right, PEM file. So go to downloads. You see guys, whenever you go to download straight away you can't find it. That doesn't mean it did not go download, it got downloaded. You need to change here. So what is this meaning? It is showing only PPK files. But what is your format? You're searching for a or PEM file. So that's why change it to all files. So it will show all types of formats of files. So now you have to upload your PEM file. Linux key.pem. Okay, okay. Okay. And then what is it? You need to save the only two options you will use guys in Puttigen. One is load, second one is save private key. That's it. Save private key. Yes, click yes. Yes, I want to save the private key. So give any name. You can give the same name or you can give different name. Just say Linux key. Don't give any extension, guys. Don't do mistake. You don't give any format. You just give the name of the file. Automatically, it will only save in the format of PPK. I will show you. See, now I have given only name as Linux key. I did not give any format. Observe carefully. And then save. That's it. Close. So where can you find the now both files? Go to downloads. Are we having two formats or not, guys? This is which we have downloaded. PEM. Just now we have converted PEM to PPK. So this is the symbol or logo of PPK. That system and hat on the system. If you want, you can check. I will place cursor on it. Yeah, you see. PPK means what did I say? Putty private key. PPK means Putty private key. Fine. So now are we having all the three values or not?
Yes, sir.
Username, DNS, PPK. So we are good to connect now. So where we enter these details?
Putty. 100 putty.
So we copy this as is username at the rate of DNS. Copy, open Putty, paste it here. Post name or IP address. You can paste as is. Username at the rate of DNS. Completely I have copied. Forget about this complete command guys. Later I will explain you when we use this command as is. When we are about to connect from Linux to Linux machine, we will convert this command, this whole command as is. But in today's class we are connecting from Windows to Linux. That's why we are following this process. Username at the rate of DNS. Fine. And then what you are doing SSH. How we are connecting through SSH. So click that SSH and you have to authenticate. So you need to upload which file, password, PEM or PPK now?
PPK.
PPK. If PEM, why we will convert to PPK? We have to convert to PPK. PPK. Right. And then yes. So what did we say? In Linux we will work on CLI. What did we discuss in demo? Linux means command line interface. Command line in what is this black screen? What is the technical name of this black screen? We call it as terminal. This we call it as terminal. On this black screen, on this terminal, we fire Linux commands. So where are we guys? If you want, you can cross check. We have entered into Linux machine. What is the IP of the machine you have connected to? You can check here. Go to the machine. Linux one. What is the IP of Linux? 172, 31, 43, 117. Come and cross check here. Is it same or not?
Yes, sir.
And you have entered as which user? Which user you have entered into mission?
EC.
EC2. Okay. So on top of this, we will be discussing some Linux commands in coming classes. So in today's class, let's focus on how to connect to a Linux machine. So some Linux commands we will be using moving further, not today, in coming classes. So what is this sudo? So what happened after I fire this command? These things we will see in next class. So now we want to connect another mission, right? We have launched two missions. So what do you think is, do I need to close this if I want to connect to another mission? Because I have only one putty and I have already entered this. What do you
No,
think?
sir. No, sir. Multiple windows can open.
Right, you can open multiple windows. How? Click on this, right click on this. Don't press duplicate. Duplicate means the same session will open in another terminal, but we don't want duplicate, we want
New.
new. So let's click new. And now you know how to connect. Again, go to Linux 2. Now we want to connect to Linux 2. Now you know the process. Actions, connect, username at the rate of DNS, copy, paste it here. Now what do you think is? Do you need to generate key again or can you use the same key?
Same.
How did we launch two missions? With the same key or not? In the step 8, we have given keypair. That keypair is applicable to both missions. So whenever you want to connect to any mission, both of any missions, you can use the same keypair, same Linux key. No, okay. Press yes. So let me close the session. Let me open another session. New session. Give that username at the rate of DNS SSH authentication. You go to colors, you see colors. Select both. Use system colors. Now you can go to authentication, browse, Linux key. Now it will open in another color terminal. You see, white. So both are two different missions, guys. Don't think both are same. How can you say both are different by comparing the IP addresses? The first one is Linux 1. This is Linux 2. You see, IP. I'm keeping side by side different IPs. 314264, 314311. Both are. This is Linux 1. This is Linux 2. So both are terminals only. So till here in today's class, let's focus only how to connect. What are the things required to connect? In coming classes, we will discuss some Linux commands. So using Linux commands, we are going to install some softwares. We are going to create our own website in the Linux machine, and we are going to access that website from our local machine. So how do we do that? What are the Linux commands that we will discuss in the coming class? Fine. And still then, now once you are done, what you will do? You close it. Disconnect the session. Disconnect the session. So what do you think, guys? Does this mean I have stopped my mission or terminated my mission? What do you think?
No,
No.
sir.
We have just switch off your monitor, you can think. Whenever you get doubt whether the mission is in running state or stop state or terminated states, come and check here instant state. So both missions are running still. So what you need to do? Once you're done practicing, what did I say? Always terminate the mission. Okay. Okay. So here you can see successfully terminated two instances. This is one instance. This is one. You no need to focus on instance ID case. No one will ask in real time. I'm just saying for your general knowledge. Whenever you launch any instance, it comes with an unique ID. No one will ask you what is ID, which is ID. I'm just saying for your general information. And so let it be. So what are the technical points in today's class? Let me discuss. So let me clear the screen. So if your manager asks you to launch a Linux, your manager will just say you, Rayon, to launch a Linux machine. So you need to have in your mind. So what is the things? SSH 22 port. You need to remember. Second thing, what are the softwares you need to have in handy? Putty and Putty Gen. Using Putty, you will establish connection between two machines. Using Putty Gen, you have converted your M to TPK. These things you need to remember. You need to make sure you are having. You have open. Now, so any one of you did not get doubt in yesterday's class why we are using password. In today's class, why we are using PPK. If that is the case, why AWS is giving in PEM format. So literally we are discussing about how many formats, guys. AWS always gives in PEM format, but if you want to connect to a Windows machine, always you need to have a password. If you have to convert to a Linux machine, you need to have a PPK. So have you ever get doubt why there are three formats of a password? Why AWS is not giving in the same format? If you want a password format, why AWS is not giving password? If you want PPK, why AWS is not giving PPK? Why AWS is giving only PEM? Where we use this PEM? Because we did not use PEM anywhere straight away. In yesterday's class, we converted PEM to password. In today's class, we converted PEM to PPK. So when we use PEM as is, that is one more doubt you should get. So when we will use PEM as is, let me give a diagram, table, the diagram. So these are some of the key points, guys. These are also key points in today's class, and one more key points I'm about to explain now. Those also you have to take down in your notes. Let me draw the table. This is very important table. Whatever the table I'm drawing now, these are the basics. You should be always strong in your basics. Moving further. This is source machine. This is your destination machine. This is the format of key. Okay. So if your source machine is a Windows, and if your destination machine is Windows, the type of format is, what is the password? Which type of the key you need to use? Password. Need to use password. Second, if your source machine is Windows and the destination machine is Linux, what is the type of key? Okay. You need to use
PPK.
PPK. Next, if your source machine is also Linux, if your destination machine is also Linux, what is the format? Have you discussed?
PPK.
How can you say? Pen. So, in fact, we did not discuss this. Have we discussed this practically till now?
No, sir.
All yesterday's class, today's class, what are the things we discussed? Only these two. Yes or no? Yesterday Windows to Windows, today Windows to Linux. Moving further, we are going to launch two missions, and I will show you how to connect from one mission to another Linux mission. So in that scenario, what is the format of key? PEM. I told you, right? In that once you go to actions connect, what did I say? That big command is there, ssh -i linux key dot pem ec2 user at the rate of dns. What did I say? We are going to use this command as it is. That means the pem file as it is when we are going to connect two Linux missions. We did not discuss. Moving further in coming classes, I will show you how we connect Linux. Then you no need to convert anything. That means you no need to use any software. Straight away you can use this command. So what is other combination machine? Windows to Windows, Windows to Linux, next. What is the another?
Linux window. Linux window.
Linux Windows. So in fact it's not another combination. You can use it same. The first one. Whether your source machine is Windows or Linux, that doesn't matter. If the destination is Windows, the format of key should be always password. But that is not the case with Linux. If your destination machine is Linux, but the source is Windows, it is PPK. But if the destination is Linux and the source is also Linux, then it will be a PEM. This is very, 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 very important table. Moving further, you have to remember, you have to by heart these things. Because as I said, your manager won't say all these things. He is not a cloud engineer, you are a cloud engineer. He will just say, launch the mission and connect to it and give me the IP address. I want to use it. So you have to take care of all these things being a cloud engineer. So you make note of all these points, whatever I have said. That SSH, putty, puttigen, which for Linux, connecting, and second one this table, the format of keypair, where we use and when we use which type of keypair. Okay. So is it telemetry? Once it's telemetry, it comes into telemetry. Yeah. I'm done with today's class, guys. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in yesterday's or today's class.
Sir, actually, I have one question. Like, suppose I have just buy a new laptop and I want to log in into my old Linux systems in AWS.
Okay.
So can I log in? Because I don't have any like passkey in that in my laptop.
So I said, right, you just need to have a PEM file. If PEM file is always, that's why what I say, whenever you download PEM file, you just safeguard in somewhere Google Drive or Gmail. Even though your laptop gone, you bought a new laptop, what you will do? Simply you will install putty and puttigen, again you will convert that PEM to PPK.
Okay.
No issue. But PEM file should be always safe.
Without them,
So, because you can't generate, right? If PEM is there, you can do anything from PEM. You can convert PEM to password with the help of AWS. You can convert PEM to PPK with the help of puttigen. But if the PEM itself is lost, you can't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When I am doing practice to connect Windows to Windows, I am unable to connect. That's why. What can I do?
Why you are unable to connect? Have you seen my video?
Yeah. I have seen. When I attend your class.
Okay. So what is the error? You do one thing. You just post your error in the group or send me directly in the WhatsApp. We will discuss that. Any others? So yesterday someone is facing issue with the account creation. So please follow it with the AWS team. Okay. You today. So have you filed that support ticket? I forgot who is that.
Yeah. Yes, Shravan, I did.
Okay. So they will reply you. So be patient. They will reply. Maximum today only they will reply. You will get an email.
Okay. But while I'm signing, I am unable to find the question like a robot or IAM user. I didn't get that question.
Not robot, root user.
Root user, sorry.
Yeah. So that's what I said. Whatever you have created the account, you are the owner of it. That means you are the owner of that user. The owner of any account, we call them as root user. What is IAM means? That is a different service, and we are going to discuss that later. IAM is also part of our course. IAM is one of the service which we are going to discuss as part of our syllabus. Then you will understand what is that IAM and when we use that IAM for login. But for now, everyday use root user, I'm saying.
Okay.
Root user means nothing but the owner of the account. So my account name is Revant AWS. So I am the owner of this account. So I will log in as root user. Okay guys, then have a nice day. If you have any doubts, post me the description or screenshot in the WhatsApp group. I will come. We'll discuss that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye. Have a nice day.